Hi, I'm Emma. Hi, I'm Sophie, and we're going to talk to you about fairy changelings. Popular modern culture portrays fairies as innocent, sweet creatures who are at worst a little bit mischievous.
I'm Tinkerbell.
Traditionally in Ireland, however, fairies were thought to be a bit more sinister. When someone was sick or dying, typically a child, but not always as in the case with Bridget Cleary, it was thought that they were a fairy changeling, or a fairy that had switched places with the dying person. According to Angela Bork, a fairy child meant a changeling substituted for a healthy, attractive human child who had been abducted by fairies. The legend of the fairy changeling was common in traditional Irish beliefs until modern times. Thomas McGrath says, fairies in rural Ireland played an important role in oral Irish tradition. In general, however, these folk traditions were innocuous, but the burning of Bridget Cleary in 1895 demonstrates that the strength of belief in fairies had dangerous potentialities. Clearly, the belief in fairies could have a large and even fatal role in one's life. What began as a coping mechanism due to lack of explanations medically could quickly turn into something that damaged an entire family. Fears of changelings actually had some factual basis. According to our resident speaker, people would actually switch out their babies that were sickly for healthier ones.
So then the grandmother would get that child up, wrap it in a blanket, under the shawl, off down the road. No one would take any notice, maybe for a mile or so, to another house, wait till the house is empty, no locks and doors or anything else, go in, take out the child that was in there, put in that one, wrap it up in the thing, and back home with the perfectly healthy child. So when that woman came back into the house, Jesus, I went out. My child was perfect, come back to the changing, as Pope Wine saying, the fairy swapped it.
Okay.
It was a lot of physical swapping. That child could have been swapped again, and swapped again, and swapped again, and swapped again.
Okay.
And got rid of, you know?
Though a real physical swap occurred, like Sophie said earlier, it was also a way for the people of the time that didn't have the medical knowledge that we have now to cope for a loss or a troubled kid. Angela Burke explained that it was seen as cautions to children or adults against the departure from society norms, as euphemism for anything from tuberculosis to drunkenness to marital infidelity, or simply as entertainment. Nonetheless, they had different ways to prevent those changelings to happen. Either they were placing items in the child's cradle or swaddling, or they could use metal to protect them. There were also other ways to banish the bad fairies from changeling child. With water, for example, it was believed that a changeling thrown into the sea, river or lake returns no more. Or with heat, the changeling is driven from the house by lighting a very large fire, or by heating the fire of a shovel or cauldron, or by threatening simply the changeling with boiling water. Angela Burke also said that the fire was the last riddle to banish a changeling.
Oh yeah, protecting his fairies. You just chuck the holy water because just to keep away evil. You just people still do it. People still do it May Eve, before the 1st of May and during May Day, and like blessing yourself. People shake holy water. I do it myself on a long journey. Listen, if you turn down, face east and face Mecca and everything else, and hedge your bets. Why not? Like, you know what I mean? You know, so that's what you do to keep away evil. They had nothing else.
Okay.
You know? So you shook the holy water to keep away the evil, and you also shook off St. Bridget's blessings. Came off with it, flew off with it.
Okay.
That was the idea of it. She blessed it. She was an important saint. She was a patron saint of agriculture. She'd help you.
So, to sum everything up, what we did is we did our own research. We read articles by Angela Bork and Thomas McGrath. We also looked at The Burning of Bridget Cleary by Angela Bork. Then we wrote out a script and decided when to meet, and we filmed. Emma did a lot of the filmography.
Yeah, I did I was editing the video using iMovie, not to mention. And we also interviewed the guest speaker who came in the class, from Irish folklore. And we met also with them, and it was hard to film ourselves and to hear ourselves speak.